Hello, welcome again to my kitchen, and I'd like to introduce you to my special guest, Salt and Pepper, with all of the too many spices. I also have too many vinegars. That's actually a trait I inherited from my mother. Anyway, I'd like to read to you today an excerpt from an essay that's called Baking Bread in Lyon. And it was published in the New Yorker, and my father sent it to me, and I think it's really wonderful. It's beautifully written. But it's a little long, so what I'd like to do is kind of make a regular feature of it and kind of do sort of 3-minute sections of it. So here is section 1. In Lyon, an ancient but benevolent law compels bakers to take one day off a week, and so most don't work on Sundays. An exception was the one in the quartier where I lived with my family for 5 years, until 2013. On Sundays, the baker, Bob, worked without sleep. Late-night carousers started appearing at 3 a.m. to ask for a hot baguette, swaying on tiptoe at a high-ventilation window by the oven room, a hand outstretched with a euro coin. By 9, a line extended down the street, and the shop, when you finally got inside, was loud from people and from music being played at high volume. Everyone shouted to be heard. The cacophonous hustle, oven doors banging, people waving and trying to get noticed, too hot to touch baguettes arriving in baskets, money changing hands, everyone left with an armful and with the same look, suspended between appetite and the prospect of appetite satisfied. It was a lesson in the appeal of good bread, handmade, aromatically yeasty, with a just out of the oven texture of crunchy air. This was their breakfast. It completed the week. This was Sunday in Lyon. For most of my adult life, I had secretly wanted to find myself in France, in a French kitchen, somehow holding my own, having been French trained, the enduring magic of that phrase. I thought of Lyon rather than Paris or Provence because it was said to be the most Frenchly authentic and was known historically as the world's gastronomical capital. Daniel Boulud, the most successful serious French chef in the United States, was from there, as was Paul Bocuse, the most celebrated chef in the world. The restaurateur Jean-Georges Vongerichten had trained in Bocuse's kitchen as his sauce maker. Lyon is a wonderful city, he told me. It's where it all started. You really should go. Why not? My wife, Jessica Green, a wine educator and lecturer, lived for the next chance to pack her bags. She also spoke fluent French, which I did not. And our twin boys, George and Frederick, were 3 years old, possibly the perfect age to move to a new country. Our landing, though, was surprisingly rough. Lyon seemed unwelcoming, suspicious of outsiders, and indifferently itself. Our town is not easy to love, a Lyonnais novelist had written in the 30s, the fascist Henri Béraud, who was also not easy to love. It's an acquired taste, almost a vice. Stay tuned for the next episode.